Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining me here in the Psychic Flow. I am your host, Carolan Carey. Great to be here with you this evening. I see Robert Myers is here already with a super sticker. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Robert. And I have a few little announcements. Let's see what we have. We have a spiritual message circle this Saturday evening. And this Saturday, is what? Let's see what the date is. We'll put a link up. Oh, here it is. That is the 26th. So that's this weekend, the 26th. Spiritual Message Circle, 8 p.m. So you can join us for that. That is $20, and you get 4 to 5 readings for that from 4 to 5 different show hosts from Goldylocks Productions. And we have a good time doing that, so I hope you'll join us for that. We are also asking for suggestions on master classes. I did get a request for an in-depth tarot from Carol had mentioned that and has been asking for that. I don't know. I don't do in-depth, but we're putting that out to Marsha, who I believe does do it. Let's see if she would want to teach something on that. And so if you have any other class suggestions, if not for me, for anyone else, just put the subject out there and we will do our best to see if we can do that for you. I would offer probably getting to know your spirit guides, and exercises to do that. We're going to talk about spirit guide messages tonight, as a matter of fact. And let's see, what else can we do? Psychic arts like aura reading or how psychometry works, things like that. It's a little difficult on video, but probably a spirit communication is the biggest one. Getting in touch with your loved ones in spirit, if that's what you want, instead of just like everybody, and your spirit guides. So I think that's kind of enough. I think that's about what I could offer. So if you think of anything else and how it works, if you want to know, if you have psychic questions or spirit communication questions, something like that. So you could put that in the chat if you have that, any class ideas. If you're watching us on Rumble, hi, thanks for watching us on Rumble. We have a big audience on Rumble. We appreciate you. If you could give us a thumbs up, we would really appreciate that. If you would like to donate to the show, you may do that on Rumble via my Venmo account, which is Carolan-Carey. Carolan-Carey. There's a dash in between Carolan and Carey. Forgot to put that in there. That's my Venmo. We're going to throw that up on the screen too. If you would like to make a donation, if you want to support and can't do that, that's fine. Just hit the plus sign there, and that helps our numbers. If you are watching us on Facebook Live, we are on Twitter. I'm on Twitter Live and the Psychic Medium of SRQ Sarasota Facebook. We're streaming there live right now. If you're watching us on YouTube, you could give us a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. That would be great. If you'd like to contribute to the show on YouTube, you may do that via using a super sticker, such as Robert has done there. We appreciate that. But please hit the like button as you come in the chat or as you leave, and I'll remind you again if you're waiting for a message. We get more people jumping on. That would be great. What else is going on? Let's see. I'm pulling some cards here. Let's see. Oh, let me talk about this a minute while I was going to use it. We have Goldylocks Productions website has our store on there. And I can't find the top. Oh, here it is. We have these lovely cards with or without gold on the side. We have these lovely oracle cards here, which I will pull for our super sticker people tonight. So that's them. As you can see, they are all different authors here. They're all show hosts, have contributed to this deck, put together by our producer, Reverend Tiffany. And what else am I going to be using? I'm going to be using... of course, I make a plan. Let's see what spirit has to. We have spirit people that want to come in. We'll allow them to come in. Be using this Soul Helper Oracle card deck tonight. Get some soul your soul tribe messages, spirit guide communication. Let's see what they have to say for you tonight. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Let's see. Oh, if you're listening to us on audio platforms, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate that. Carol, thank you for your super sticker. We are on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all of the audio platforms. Hi, Veronica. And Kaylee Herman. Hi, how are you, dear? Haven't heard from you in a whole bunch. If you are listening to us streaming while you're driving home, I will read out the questions, any questions I get, and any validation I get. So you will still be with us in spirit, okay? So let's see who we have here tonight. We have Robert will be up first. Our super sticker people will go up first, and that is a contribution of $4.99. We appreciate that, Carol. We have Ruth Saltman with us tonight. Ruth is a show host on Wednesday evenings, Transformational Soul, 8 p.m. So please check out her show. Check out her website, ruthsaltman.com. She is an author, artisan, and oracle card developer. So she does all those things. So please check out her website. And let's see. We have Kim Smith. Hi, Kim. Nice to have you with us tonight. Kim is CBD Delights. That is her business. Please check that out. And she has some very helpful and healthful products for your use. Robin's Cosmic Soul Food is with us tonight, another show host. She is on Tuesday evenings. Great show. Robin is a great intuitive medium. I guess our psychic medium, I guess I would say. She does all kinds of things, charm readings, cards, spirit mediumship, psychic readings, all kinds of things. She talks about the dragons and fairies, and there isn't any stone unturned on Robin's show. So that's a great show. Check it out. Let's see. We have Kaylee Herman. I haven't heard from you in a while, girl. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hope everything's going well. Veronica, hi from Australia. Kaylee is from Florida. Robert's from Pennsylvania. Veronica's from Australia. Ruth is from Texas. Robin is Virginia. And let's see. I sent a bunch of hearts. Oh, okay. And that's who we have for tonight. Let's see. And we'll have some more. Here's Laura Romero. Hi. Former show host, angelsandhealinglight.com. Laura is an angel intuitive reader. Please check her out. Gives you a wonderful reading that leaves you feeling calm, cleansed, and I would say emotionally stable on the physical, the mental, and spiritual level. So please check her out. And she has a lovely line of candles as well. Gorgeous. So check that out. Okay, I think I got everybody. And as more people jump in, we'll let you know. So let's get rolling. How's that? We're going to start with Robert. So nice to have you, Robert. Let me wet my whistle here. I'm going to pull for our super sticker people. I'm going to pull from this deck, the Goldylocks Production Oracle card deck. I have the gold leaf one. So exciting. And it comes in this lovely tin too. So you have a safe place for your cards. They don't get wet. They don't get damaged. You'll have them for years. Years and years. Okay, let's see what we get. I'm getting Seeker of Truth, Teacher of Light, Melissa Parks. You know, that's kind of appropriate tonight, Robert. Seeker of Truth and Teacher of Light, because we have spirit guides are our band that come into the earth plane with us. This is a philosophy that I was taught. And there's at least 7. There could be more depending on what you need help with. And for instance, you have a doctor of philosophy, a chemist, a doctor of chemistry, doorkeeper if you're doing mediumship, which would be, you know, the one that helps you interview people in spirit. You have a protector, usually an Indian Native American guide as a protector. That's here in the United States. Other countries, they may have different kind of like either shamans or samurais or something like that as protectors. You would have a healing guide if you were into healing, or healing sister, they call that. Let's see, what else do we have? There's a few other ones. If you're into gardening, you might have a gardening guide or fairies with you. If you are an artist, you might have artists as spirit guides. A spirit guide would be someone who lived on the earth plane, first of all, would not to be confused with angels. So a spirit guide comes into this lifetime with you on the earth plane and assists you with whatever you need. And I have on my website, carolancarey.com, you go through the blog, The Lighthouse, you go through, I do have a meditation on there that is helpful to have you meet your spirit guides. It might assist you. Okay, so if you could scroll through that, you will find that. And some political rants and some, other kind of things on there, a little bit of everything on there. So please check that out. And my crystal ball readings are on there as well. Okay, let me get back to Robert. So Robert, we're looking at the seeker of truth, teacher of light. You do have a teacher in spirit. You do have a teacher with you. So this would be, and I'm getting the word historian. I'm getting a teacher, historian kind of guide with you. Now, I've mentioned a couple of other guides in the past. This is a more, the educational level is the feeling that I'm getting. History is very important. So he's talking about a historian. So he is a historian, which means, so he is collecting myths, stories, and he's talking about war in particular. He's talking about the wars and what that meant as far as borders and countries and that kind of thing. So this is what it's a gentleman, and this is what he's telling me. And I would say this historian, and I kind of get I get the word Harvard, but I really wanted to I was really drawn to England, but he's telling me Harvard. So I'm going to go with what he's saying. So he's a fellow. He says something about being a fellow. Okay, so that would be collegiate. I don't know if that's here or across the pond, but I do get the word Harvard. So, okay. And he's saying he's a fellow. Okay, so that's a title attributed in teaching somehow. So this is what he's talking about. And he's saying to you, let me pull a card on that. He's saying to you, he said, it's important to know that history repeats itself. Like, we have to learn from history. Okay, so let me pull you a card from this. Oh, okay. I'll take this one. Let's see. The time for romance has come, Robert. There you go. So I hope that this is helpful to you. We all know that this is coming. And don't try to force it. It's just going to happen. It's going to be quite stunning. And it'll work because you're not in charge of it. Okay? Thank you, Robert, for joining us. I appreciate you being with us tonight. All right. Our next one, super sticker, is Carol. Let's see, Carol, what are we going to do for you tonight? Let's see. Okay. I love this. Surrender. Get out of your own way. Ruth Saltman. Lovely. Surrender and get out of your own way. Boy, that would apply to me. What kind of spirit guide feeling do we have today? Now, just because I've mentioned others in the past doesn't mean that they're not there. I just maybe it's a new one. Maybe it's a special case. Sometimes spirits come in, spirit guides, they sign up for that job. That's their job. Like some of your loved ones right now could be acting as a spirit guide for someone, some of your loved ones that have passed over. So they like that job because they get, they have experience from living on the earth plane, and they identify with the problems that we come across. Now for you, Carol, I have some kind of, I think I've mentioned this before. I get a loom here. You know, it's interesting. I've been doing some more genealogy on my mother's side of the family. I did my father's side. Now I'm doing my mother's side. And I did not realize, excuse me, my nose is running. They were originally from Ossining, New York. And there was a carpet mill there. And there were a couple, when I looked at the censuses for that time period, there were weavers and loom operators. So I was kind of surprised at that. I didn't know. And there was quite a few people on the censuses that worked there. So it was probably the big industry in town. And what I get with you, Carol, is somebody with a loom. And one job description I saw on the census was loom operator. So maybe it was mechanized by that point. But what I'm seeing is someone using a hand loom. And I see beautiful materials. And I feel as a quiet creativity and an artist feeling with this of, you know, you have to have an idea if you're doing a loom project or weaving. I would imagine that you have to have an idea of the final picture while you're putting all the colors in, because you have to have it set up correctly from the beginning to get to the final project, the completion. And that's what I feel that this guide is helping you with. It feels it's female, and she is helping you have the foresight to see what the completed project is going to look like and how you can achieve that with your own hands. Okay. So that's what I get with that. And I get 1800s with her, very rustic kind of feeling, country. And she's saying, I was going to say Pennsylvania. I was getting, and now I get the word Liberty. So I'm going to go with Philadelphia area, something like that. Liberty Bell, Liberty. Okay. I don't know if she's saying her name is Liberty, if she's indicating Philadelphia, but I get Liberty with her. Beautiful project as she stands down. These projects took quite a long time. It didn't matter. And it was very fast fingers, like you would see with someone who plays a harp, you know, how their fingers move like that. That's kind of what I'm seeing with this loom, like blending these threads together. I don't know if you would call them threads, but anyway, wool threads. So that's what I get, Carol. So she is trying to show you the finished project. So release your inner rebel as well. That's another one I just got. For yourself and create your own universe. There you go, Carol. I ended up pulling two. So there you go, my dear. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Carol. Always a pleasure to have you. And I hope it's helpful. Ruth. We got Ruth. Let me just check and make sure we got all our super stickers. Thank you for doing that. If you are just joining us, hi, Kavita. Hi, Kate. Oh, we got another super sticker. Kate is here. Hi, Samir. All right. We got Kate on here. Kate. Yes, I will, Kim. Thank you very much. Believe in yourself. Ruth Saltman is on here. Oops, I got something in my eye. I was trying to do something with this hair today. Okay, let's see. Believe in yourself. This is for you, Kate. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you're waiting for a reading, if you would hit the like button, that would be great. I really appreciate that. That's supporting the channel in a big way, and we appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. This is by Ruth Saltman. Believe in yourself, Kate. And Kate is from England. She is paying in pounds. Thank you so much. We're doing spirit guide messages tonight. Believe in yourself. I feel someone female, and I feel it has something to do. She has something to do with like being a champion, maybe for women's rights, or for children's rights. I feel she had a lot to do with the labor movement. What I believe was following, could be like warehouse sewing that went up in flames, and a lot of women were killed because there was no appropriate, the working conditions were not appropriate, the building wasn't safe, there was not an easy exit, something like that. So after that, this woman, who is a guide for you, is apparently a champion of women's rights and rights for children, in the labor market. And remember, children were used as labor as well. Probably 1800s. They did not stop using children till probably the beginning of the 1900s, or maybe even later than that. So this woman had her hands full, and I can see her on like court steps, or with others protesting in front of places of employment. The conditions were terrible for them. Pay was low, and often the situations they were working in was dangerous. So this is the kind of woman that is here as a spirit guide for you, Kate. I wonder if that makes sense to you. I hope so. And I also get you are experiencing a spiritual blossoming. There you go. You are experiencing a spiritual blossoming. That comes from the Soul Oracle cards, Soul Helper Oracle. That deck. Oh. And I got the Believe in Yourself, right? And the other deck that I'm using for our super sticker people is Goldylocks Productions Oracle cards. Available on the website. Goldylocks Productions. So you are experiencing a spiritual blossoming, Kate. Take a new direction and be open to new experiences. I think that's good. And I feel like, so I don't know if you're going to take up gambling, you're playing a game, or actually the feeling that I get, I think it's a loved one, is throwing a set of dice. I think so. I have someone in spirit who is familiar with the dice. So this could be, a casino, someone who frequented the casinos, who played craps in the alleyway. I'm not sure, but he's familiar with dice, and he's throwing the 2 dice down, and it's like, you got to take a chance. That's the feeling that I get with him, Kate. I hope that makes sense to you. And I feel very, I feel the movie that's what's coming to me, I wonder if this would make sense to you. I have like West Side Story kind of feeling. So, would be like a tenement kind of feeling with the fire escapes and laundry hanging. I'm sure you have places like that in England. And this is what they did, So I'm going to leave. I don't know if it was a craps player or what, but I'm going to leave that with you. Take a chance. Okay. Thank you, Kate, for joining us. Thank you for your contribution. And let's see what else. Let's see. Kate says, my pleasure, Carolan. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Robin. Okay. Carol is back. She made a comment. Thank you, Carolan. I am from Philly, as well as all my grandparents. One aunt and uncle worked in a textile mill. I do not know what they did. Something to research. Oh, okay, great. That's interesting. Good. Okay, so one of them, usually it's not family because they come in with you, but it could be a family member trying to talk to me. So there you go. Well, that kind of makes sense that you would get assistance from someone who's familiar with that industry. Thank you for telling me. Kate says, that's interesting. She says, aha, I've been playing a game online with family for weeks. 8-ball pool. We really get competitive. Okay. And I've been playing all night with my cousin and trying to claim the champion title. Okay, great. Great. Kate says, thank you, Carolan. Really appreciate it. All right, let me get back up. Thank you all. Let's see who is next. Let's see. Whoops, let me get back up to the top. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you have a particular question or something, or a suggestion for a class that you'd like to see taught on our master classes, Goldylocks Productions, we have a new feature that we're going to explore on StreamYard. So if you have suggestions for classes, please let us know. If there's something you think that I could teach that you'd like to see, or for someone else, just let us know and we will sort it to the right person. Okay, who do we have next? Did I do Ruth? No, I don't think I skipped Ruth. Carol, 1 second, bear with me. Let me get back up to that. Okay, so we did Robert, did all the super stickers. We are on Robin. Robin, what am I going to do for you? Let's see. So, a happy birthday to your mother in heaven. That was yesterday. Let's see what kind of spirit guide we have. Somebody here with a shovel, Robin. I don't know if this is spirit guide or loved one. I'm trying to get a spirit guide, but the loved ones do come in. I'm not going to tell them not to come in. Let's see. What do we have? What's the shovel? Planting. I have shovel, seeds, dirt, planting. Planting anew. It's time for a change. Do not wait or put off decisions any longer. Whoa. Well, that kind of speaks to you. What do you think, Robin? It says, do not wait or put off decisions any longer. The spirit guide. So we know you are doing that. And I also get he who hesitates is lost. Okay. That might be from your mom. The shovel and the soil and the seeds is for starting anew, which I think goes with this card. I think starting anew, a time for a change, starting anew. So I do have that, and planting seeds for the future. Because what I'm getting, if this is your mother coming forward, she's like, you cannot live helter-skelter. You have to make, you're a single woman at the moment. You have to make a plan for yourself. Although I do see romance coming eventually, a new romance, perhaps. True romance is what I'm getting. We have to organize our life so that there is room for that. Easier said than done, but you will be doing it. Now, I get something about a 5, and I feel like it's 2025, Robin. I feel like 2025 is sort of a blockbuster year for you. There's going to take a while to make some changes. There might be a partnership in a business or a selling of a business. I'm thinking the paint business, something like that. There's some other things for you, or maybe having someone manage that for you and reaping the rewards of that. I also get house cleaning. So I don't know if that means figuratively cleaning your house or literally cleaning as a business. Life is not without challenges, but you're going to accomplish a lot. So once you realize it's a scary time, but once you realize that you're making a decent choice for yourself, your mother is reminding me to say for yourself and your family, the best thing to do for you and your family. What the song that I'm kind of getting is one of my favorites, Freebird from Leonard Skinner. So that's for you. Okay, dear. I hope that makes sense. Again, watch Robin's show on Tuesday evenings. Robin's Cosmic Soul Food, 8 p.m. Thanks, Robin. Okay, what am I doing? What it doesn't mean I'll try. Okay, let's see. Ruth Saltman. Okay. Let me do Ruth here. This is interesting. You cast a spell with your existence, Ruth. Magic flows brightly and radiantly within you. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. There you go. That's very true. Ruth is a great author. Please check out her show Wednesday evenings, Transformational Soul. Her website is ruthsaltman.com. Great author, teacher. You cast a spell with your existence. I think that's true. I think that magic is being channeled through you. Your work is channeled, obviously. Spirit guide for you is obviously an author. Let's see who we get. I get somebody like Bronte, the Bronte sisters feeling with you. Someone like that. I'm not saying it is one of the Bronte sisters, but I feel that era. So what would that be? Edwardian era? Someone who writes like that. Different style from your own, but what I get from this woman could be Bronte's, one of the Brontes, is writing from your heart. This is what she's saying to me, to write from your heart. And that's what you both have in common. And so she encourages that. Now, this was a gal, one of them, Emily, was very ill and was really homebound, really confined. So that's why she wrote. And so a lot of things she wrote from what she wished to have in her life, what she admired, what she had hoped life would be like. So even though she didn't experience all of those things, she had a tremendous ability to read emotion and to express how she felt. It's all heartfelt. So I think you have a lot in common with her. So that's what I get from her. Once again, I'm going to point out, if you check out my website, carolancarey.com, blog, the Lighthouse tab. If you scroll down, you will find an exercise that you can do at home to help you communicate, to get in touch with your departed loved ones or your spirit guides. So please check that out. Okay. You cast a spell with your existence. The magic comes, also very creative person, Ruth, is, I call her an artisan. She is definitely a wonderful crafter and makes a lot of beautiful things. So check out her website for that. And I think there's a lot of magic in that work. I do get something with fairy wings for you. So maybe that's coming up fall and winter. I don't know if that's something that you would be creating. I get some kind of fairy wings. Okay. Thank you, Ruth, for joining us. I got Robin, I got Ruth. Kavita, hi. Did I skip? Oh, Kim. There's Kim. Kavita, how are you doing, dear? Just thinking of you today. I feel like I have to say, even though there's a delay in romance, it is coming. Delay in everything that you're wishing is coming. And don't be dismayed if the package isn't exactly what you had hoped. It'll be wonderful, whatever the package, this gentleman comes in, the package. But I do get someone that just have the qualities that we've discussed. Maybe not as pronounced as I and others have made him sound. But he is definitely, there are connections there to Greece and things like that. I want to tell you that. Let's see. Have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. Let me do that again. Let me show you that card. There you go. Have the courage to be free. You know, that's kind of interesting. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. It was a very hard lesson. I just had to learn. For some reason, I've been going through, shame issues or guilt issues or something that's been coming up. And I attribute it, it's kind of depressing. So I kind of contributed to getting older. And I'm thinking, why am I thinking all this? Because it has to be put to bed is what I get. It has to be dealt with and put to bed once and for all. So I kind of get that. And also, a lot of my own problem is expectation and disappointment. So I had to let go of that. If I had done things differently, Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Feeling if I had not had that, maybe my life would have been a little bit simpler. So that's what I'm saying to you. Don't allow your expectation to decide what you're going to do or how you're going to feel about something. So don't close the door to other possibilities. So I think that's what that means. I'm going to read it one more time and let you interpret it the way you want. Have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. There you go, Kavita. I hope that you can see that. There you go. Okay. Spirit guide, spirit guide, spirit guide. I get something Paris, France, with this, and I feel as if, and I feel artisan, an artist. I feel an artist. I think I've mentioned this before. I have an artist. And what I'm kind of getting is a gentleman, starving artist, that when he did sell something, he was able to dine very nicely in Paris in restaurants. So he appreciates good food as well. It's perfect for you. Artist and likes good food. Now I also get the feeling of the traveler with you. And I have this little picture on my wall that says, not all who wander are lost. That's you. That is you, Kavita. Accumulating wonderful experiences and treasured memories and friends as well. So thank you so much, Kavita, for being here. All right. I think I'm on to Kim. Hi, Kim. Let's pull a card for you. Spirit guide, spirit guide, spirit guide. I get very pioneer. I don't know if you're attracted to that. Pioneer woman kind of feeling. And I have a rifle. Pioneer woman. I have a woman in calico with a rifle. Long braid down the back of her, down her back. She's got a rifle in one arm and a rabbit by the ears in the other hand. Dinner. So that's the way that is. I get Kansas too. I don't know why I'm getting Kansas with her. A lot of calico, kind of scrubbing this big wooden table that she prepares things on. And I mean, this family, they'll slap down half a deer on there and cut that up. And 2 hours later, they're all sitting around the table eating dinner. That's the way life was. She's saying to me, rocky roads, rocky roads. So rocky roads for you. Rocky roads finally ending in a beautiful meadow or a plateau for you, dear. That's what she's saying. Rocky road ending in a plateau. Beautiful. She's showing me a beautiful meadow. And I love that. Love that for you. Did I pull a card for you? No. Leave your usual social circles behind. Check out true companions. You're the road less traveled, Kim. That's who you are. Oh, and this card has 2 foxes on it. See that? See those foxes? That's you. A fox is very nimble. A fox is very smart, highly intelligent. Fox knows how to camouflage itself, which is astonishing considering some of them are red, which you think would stick out. But boy, I'll tell you, when they need to attack, they are vicious. They have a terrible bite. And they are generally, you can see them as they spend a lot of time, and they really are a pack animal, but you will see them alone. You will see them hunting alone, and you will see them traipsing around alone. But they always go back to their team. So I hope that makes sense to you, Kim. Spirit guides. So we got the lady with the rifle and the rabbit. very industrious and self-reliant is what I get. So that's why you have her. She's come onto this earth plane to help you with life's chores and difficulties. 2024, it's a lot better. Okay, Kaylee, your turn. Hi, gorgeous. Follow your vision. Never lose sight of what is really important. Kaylee Herman, here you go. You got wolves, girl. Follow your vision. Never let's lose sight of what is really important. I can definitely say that is you. Spirit guide, spirit guide, spirit guide. What I do get, this is interesting. I get, I feel very, as I mentioned previously, I get the feeling of Paris again. And I get someone like a Coco Chanel type who designed hats. Ladies' hats. So what does that imply? What does she bring to the table for you? She consulted what you have in common, she consulted with women about their appearance, which is what you do. So she's talking that this is what we have in common, and she says you have she felt very privileged to become like a trusted confidant to her clients. So you have that in common. So she's gives you that sense of each client that you deal with has the feeling that you give them an experience that is unique to them, that they think you are there just for them. Okay, Kaylee, I hope that makes sense to you. This is beautiful. She's doing a hat. It has netting. It's black. It has netting over it. One side, very sexy. She's trying to designing hats for what ladies or what kind of event they're going to attend that reflects their personality and their stature, the status quo, etc. That's who she is. So I wonder if that makes sense to you. But she learned to be a good listener, she says, and she learned to be trustworthy and to give these lady clients a memorable experience. Okay, so that's what you both have in common. I hope that makes sense to you. Thanks for joining us, Kaylee. Great to hear from you. Veronica. Oh, and I'm kind of getting, does your father pass away, Kaylee? I have a gentleman spirit. I'm not sure if this is dad or granddad, but I just want to say to you, stop turning men down because of your expectations. Don't close any door is what I kind of get. So I don't know if you've met the gentleman friend yet, or you've been through a couple, or you've had a few opportunities. I like 2024, 2025 for that. Okay? Good luck to you, Kaylee. Veronica from Australia, how are you, dear? Let's pull a card for you. Okay, let's see. All right, I pulled that already. Who's this for? Veronica. To conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. There you go, Veronica. Be brave and be yourself. Is that a rodent? What is that thing? Kind of like a little lizard. It looks like a lizard. I thought maybe it was a fish. To conform is to die inside. You're done conforming. You figured that out. I'm not doing that anymore. I've done everything I had to do. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm unique. I'm doing what I want. I feel as survival skills coming out. I feel very entrepreneurial or not doing anything at all. You're kind of like me. You go from doing 100 things to doing nothing. Absorbing sunlight and nature is the best medicine for you at this moment. I do see indigenous people around you. I don't think they're spirit guides. Could be, but I really feel it's the land speaking to you. A very rugged individual. I don't know if this is I think this is a spirit guide. A very rugged individual, sort of like an Indiana Jones kind of feeling, with the Australian hat that's up on the one side. I used to have one of those years ago. I used to wear it to the beach. Feel very strong, rugged gentleman. And I get Doctor of Philosophy with him, meaning traveling far and wide, experience of dealing with tough situations, throwing everything you own in a backpack on your back and dealing with exploration, difficult circumstances, dangerous places, that kind of thing, and landing on your feet. So that's the impression I get from this gentleman. And I say he's the Doctor of Philosophy, he's saying, which is unusual kind of Doctor of Philosophy to me, but a different package than I'm used to seeing. Nice looking. Saying it doesn't take, you don't have to be brave to try new things, Veronica. It's just a lack of fear. Just being like, I don't need to be brave. I just will not, I refuse to be afraid. So, challenges to you. You're going to be doing some, creating some challenges for yourself, whether it's for physical ability, physical strength, spiritual and emotional baggage, dropping that off. And I feel kind of composition or composing. He wrote notes to himself when he had time about the things that he explored. So, and I feel a camera with you. So some new places, okay, to explore. Thank you for joining us, Veronica. As always, a pleasure. Let's see. I saw Samir on here. Oh, Laura Romero. Laura Romero, angels and healinglight.com. Excellent intuitive reader, angel communicator. A wonderful surprise is coming. Something entirely new awaits you. There you go, dear. And yes, I know I have to take you up on doing a reading for me. I would love that. Maybe this weekend. Thank you very much. I would appreciate that. Could use it. A wonderful surprise is coming. I wonder what that could be. Marcello must be busy. We'll have to see about that. Okay. Spirit guides. Of course, so you have angels around you. I'm talking more of the common variety spirit guide that had a life on the earth plane, which everybody in philosophy I was taught has that. Let's see, has them. Interesting. I have like a Merlin type figure. Alchemist, that kind of feeling. Turning an object into gold. It's kind of what you do. And the reason I have this gentleman is he says he's a companion. That he's a companion. I'm asking him what his role is. He says I'm a companion. And I think that he is, the impression that I'm getting is, Laura, is that he is saying no matter what situation or where you've lived several places, where you were put and what circumstances you find yourself in, you manage to bloom there and be an alchemist and turn that situation into gold. And I get the impression from him, he says you are loved and cherished and respected for what you do. And you've played you've had several different careers since I've met you. But he's saying the final job, the serious work as an author of channeled work is what we're check that out. That is Laura Romero's new career. She does other things as well, but she's been channeling and organizing what messages she has received. So good luck with that. That's more like I'm seeing between 2024, 2026. We're working. This is like going along like an organization, an off script kind of place. He's saying off script kind of place, like Hay House, but not Hay House. Okay, something similar. This is going to be very helpful to you. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us, Laura. As always, appreciate you. Okay, how's my time? Whoa, I better step it up. Better step it up. Okay, Kate, let's see if you got any feedback. Samir. Samir. Whoops. Lost my place. Oh, Robert says, thanks, Carolan. I love history, war, ancient civilizations, collected soldiers as a kid, painted Roman soldiers, and had my own library. Oh, good for you. Good. I'm glad that you identify with that then. Lady Di, I will get to you in a moment. I just got to check who I've missed here. I know I have Samir. Lady Di. Kavita says, thank you, Carolan. I always appreciate your readings. Chameleon. That's right, Robin. Thank you. That picture was a chameleon. I said, what did I say? Lizard? Okay. And Veronica identifies with that. Veronica says, thank you, Carolan. That all resonates. And okay. Let me get back up. I think Samir is my and Lady Di. I think that's what I have. I have just enough time to do that. Okay, fabulous. I love how it all works out in the end. All right. Samir, I'm going to pull a card for you. We're doing spirit messages tonight. Okay. Here we go. Lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. Okay. Find your way to the present moment and live. There you go, Samir. It's kind of, I feel like if I am you, I'm dusting things off. Lost in the ruins. Feel there's some gifts that you have lost in the past, in the ruins, in the dusty that you've left on the shelf. Okay. You're going to pull those abilities out. We've been encouraging that with you. What kind of spirit guide do we have here? You know, I have, it's funny, I have a javelin thrower. My guide, Walter, was a discus thrower in the Olympics years and years ago, 2 Olympics. That wasn't his main job. That was his hobby. And I have, for you, I have a javelin thrower, and I don't know why that is. And what he is saying is to help you hit the mark. I am here to help you hit the mark. It's a lot of practice and a lot of athletic prowess. You know, so there's a lot of preparation before that javelin leaves your arm, before the javelin leaves your hand. It's a lot of strength building and preparation and speed and coordinating that. So there are a lot of things in preparation before you release that javelin is what he is saying. So there are things you need to prepare for, okay? I think you have done a lot of it, but there may be more, okay? What kind of guide is he for? And I would say kind of as Walter is a doctor of philosophy for me, and a doorkeeper, he acts back and forth with that. temperate. And Walter is saying to me, to temper it. He says, to temper me. He said, that's why I'm here. And he's a wonderful guy, as is your guide as well. Somebody similar to Walter. Very, very philosophical kind of guy. Very even, well-liked, respected, very well-educated as well. And but this is where he showed his athletic prowess. And so he's saying, prepare for that. So I hope that makes sense, Samir. I have 3 minutes and I have Lady Di to do. I hope that makes sense to you, Samir. Lady Di, I have a light-filled angel is by your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. And the impression that I get, Lady Di, is that you've had some dark doorways. Hope that makes sense. Dark doorways. So I have a protector guide coming through. Very strong, very pagan is the impression that I get. Very talking about javelins and spear kind of guy. Very rugged mountain kind of individual is a protector guide for you, Lady Di. That is circling, guarding the perimeter here. Reminds me of the Picts and the Celts kind of gentleman, okay? Very rough, very rugged warrior type of guy. Beautiful smile, even though I think he might be missing a tooth over here. And a twinkle. He's got a twinkle in his eye for you, Lady Di. I hope that makes sense. He is there to protect you from all kinds of nonsense, he says. And demons from the past. So I have a feeling I've left some people in the past, and he says, and that's where they belong. I hope that makes sense to you, Di. Lady Di. You have any other messages? Okay. So thank you again, everyone. Lady Di. And I feel as when you have this gentleman with you, I want you to feel encouraged and brave and some new endeavors that are coming, particularly in 2024. I'm wondering if that makes sense to you. Let's see. What is Kim Smith says, I live on a rocky road and kind of in a meadow. Let's see. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We are at 9 o'clock. Thank you all for joining us. Please hit the like button on your exit out of the chat. Really appreciate you. I hope we see you next week. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye now.